So on one of my other platforms, somebody had, to my last video, asked or said, is this the Antichrist? So, that Antichrist word, it conjures up, foolishness. It's been made into this foolish thing. Really, all it means is anti-Jesus. So given that most of the people that created AI and that think that they should make us evolve don't believe in God and Jesus, and they just think that's just a bunch of little stories in that history book, you could say, yeah, it's a lot of anti-Jesus there. Is it the ultimate one? Well, I would say the AI system is, yeah, because it's a digital gulag. It's invisible chains, invisible bars, but because and some people say we're already in it. I think that's likely true. That's the reason why if you speak up, you will suddenly have travel assignments that disappear because everything is digital now. So if they want to target you, it's easier to do it. And that's all designed to get you to fall under social control. So they have always done a good job at manipulating people just before they even had AI. So even though I'm saying all this, I know a lot of my videos can be intense, right? No, not mine. And I'm not trying to depress people either. If you can see even some of what I'm saying, then it's because you're meant to see it. The reason the science and the people that have followed money, power, the atheists, the reason they can't see it is because they wouldn't be able to handle it. So they literally have to lie to themselves. Because in order for you to see how much you've been manipulated, lied to, deceived, although all of it, I take comfort in it in many ways because it proves the Bible. They are all proving the Bible. But because all of those people, much of the science, much of your university, so many different institutions, don't believe in any God, or definitely not Jesus, and they just see that as silly. They would never be able to see the truth, because in order to see it, you have to believe that there's a God, because it's the only thing you have to lean back on. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to handle it. So in a way, there's a part of me that feels bad for all those criminals. Some of them are criminals, just morally. Part of me feels bad for that moral bankruptcy they have. But again, when you don't believe in God, then you will lie to yourself and you will accept whatever lie you're given by a machine, by AI, by science, because if you don't believe it, and you have to look at the truth and see how bad it is, how much you've been lied to, you wouldn't be able to handle it. So don't get depressed, although, because I know much of it is overwhelming. But it is not science's job to help us evolve, okay? But I've said this for a long time, there's a reason they've never wanted to look at all the evidence there is for God. They just want to make excuses and argue with people about it. And I just don't have any respect for it. I just don't, because it's gone on forever, and yet they have to lie to themselves. Because otherwise they're not strong enough to face it, because you can't face it or look at any of the truth and handle it if you don't believe in God. There's just no way you can, or few people can do it. So that's much of the reason the science and the people that created AI, they have to create those things. They either have to become the God to you, or they have to create a God for you, because they're godless. I mean, that's what AI is to these universities and to many of these people, these globalists. It's their God. But it's their God to help keep you in line. I would say it likely is the Prince of Air, because AI is the Prince of Air. So again, proving the Bible, as I said in a video yesterday, that Jesus said the prince of darkness is the prince of the air. How does AI come to you? Wireless connection. Before that, it came through, your wire cables. Either way, that's the traveling route it took, proving the Bible. So the only thing I would say is that most of Revelations has played out. It's because it's played out through the history. I've said this before. So if you try to line it up with what the churches have told you about Revelations, I wouldn't believe necessarily everything they say, because there's people out there that are waiting for the major beast to rise, think Donald Trump's bringing in the big beast, and no, you've been living under it. But you have to look at Revelations, that it wasn't just the whole book was meant for this day and time. It played out over most of the time period up until today. I've said I believe we're in the last 3 trumpets. So yeah, AI definitely would go along with the Prince of Darkness and the Prince of the Air. But you should take comfort in that, because God will, for God not to intervene, there would be no point to his creation anymore. Because the ability AI has to take everybody into a digital gulag, if they could manipulate people before AI, think about how well they'll be able to do it with AI. It'd just be a waste of time. Why it would be a total waste of time for God to have created all this and created people if he was just going to let it go to that. Because there would be no hope. You can't vote your way out of it, because AI is the government. You can't, it will train you like a dog that, nope, we're not going to give you a job. Your social credit score is this. And yeah, everything you do. Look at the surveillance state we live under. So that system is much darker than any kind of authoritarianism system that's been in the history of totalitarian governments or communist governments. That this one is a world lockdown, a world control system that has artificial intelligence. I mean, the very fact that it's called artificial intelligence, first of all, its intelligence is artificial. Okay, it's like an alien, right? So yeah, you definitely the beast, the Antichrist. But there's been many Christs, many Antichrists that have come, as Jesus said. Many will come. And it just means anti-Jesus. So yeah, the science is anti-Jesus. Technology is pretty much anti-Jesus. That's why they feel it's their job to be our God or to create a God. And yeah, it's in the end, I mean, really, it just proves, I mean, the godless are on the wide road, and because there would be no way for us to get out of the digital gulag, God will have to take their system down. Yeah, that artificial intelligence will find out real quickly who its master really is. Or who the master truly is. I don't know if I'd say their master, but don't get depressed about it. There's nothing to be depressed about it. It's if you can see it, just thank God that you can, even if you can't see all of it, because God wants you to. God left many of us, not seeing that truth, even though some of us knew for many years, like, something's not right, but I can't put my finger on it. And then, a lot of people woke up, but there's not a lot of people that knew all of it. Some, but not many everyday people that knew all of it. They may have known parts of it that were corrupt, or this part or this institution, but didn't know this overall problem. And who's brought all the problems? The godless. Yeah. While they carry on the left about, the right is going to control us, the Christians are going to control us. It's like, yeah, no, don't think so. You guys are the ones that are all in bed with science and want to you think it's your job to evolve us, and you want to put us under a social credit score and an AI governance. So I think it's pretty clear who the authoritarians are.